Please welcome to the stage, Christian.
So before we start, I didn't know we were allowed to bring a computer up here, and I was too lazy to print something out. So when I saw someone with a computer up here, I was super excited. I was like, yes, I can succeed. But turns out when I opened my computer, it died. So I'm gonna have to go on improv here like I expected, but that's fine. Before we start, just one little thing. Every time I drink from this, I'm completely lying to you. That's gonna be a lot later. For an example, my name's Christian. I'm 18. I've never broken a bone. And before, like a couple months ago, I had always thought I had been to Canada. I have not been to Canada. I've actually been to the Space Needle. Space Needle's in Seattle, not Canada. So I had gone for a long time telling people I'd been to Canada, and then be like, oh yeah, the Space Needle was pretty good. I mean, there's snow in Canada. There was this fucking Space Needle, sorry. Yeah, they can get mixed up, so it's fine. It's the same thing. So there's also Starbucks in Seattle. So going off that, I have been to Mexico though. Specifically, I remember one time my dad was talking to me while we were driving through the border, and he said, you know, son, the best way to sneak a parrot through the border is to give it a shot of liquor, and then it'll pass out. You can put it in a bag and just kind of sneak it right through the truck. So I don't know how he knew that so well, but I mean, I know it now, which is pretty good. I don't know if I'll ever use it or not. I mean, you never know, right? Anyway, the problem with sneaking a bird through the border with tequila is that it might develop an addiction, and then I don't think birds go to AA. But speaking of, so I got a new job recently at, okay, sorry, this is not part of the show. So I got a job at Safeway like 12 months ago. I don't like Safeway at all. I quit. But before I quit, I learned how to steal from Safeway. So you're all about to learn how to steal from Safeway. So the trick to stealing from Safeway is you're not just supposed to run through the doors, because what happens about half the time, sometimes the doors don't lock, is when you push the cart through with all your food, the wheels will lock. But the strategy is to actually just move it through one of the check stands, like one of the 13 check stands that's never full. And then for some reason, the wheels won't unlock or lock when you move through the door. So you can just steal bags of food. No one will stop you since they don't care. Everyone knows how to steal there. I mean, I've never learned. I didn't do this from experience. So, we're fine, right? I work at the movie theater now. Movie theater's a lot better than Safeway. I actually don't hate myself when I work there. One day when I was washing dishes, I met one of my favorite coworkers. She's an Eastern European lady. It's amazing how people learn English so quickly. Just in a couple of days, she managed to say over and over again really well, "Why are you a dishwasher? You're awful at this. Please stop." It's just amazing. It's really fantastic just how fast people learn when they're in a different country. Speaking of different languages, going back to Spanish 4 or 5 sessions ago, I was in Spanish 2 a couple years ago. I know absolutely no Spanish, so I shouldn't have been in that class, but I ended with a B somehow. I failed every test and cheated on everything, but it's fine. I think she actually pitied me. That's how she never cared that I cheated, because I did it pretty blatantly. So I was cheating in Spanish, and as it turns out, wait, where was I going from here? Anyway, I remember now, drugs. Yeah, drugs. So anyway, I was sitting in Spanish class, and someone sitting next to me pretty bluntly asks me what's it like being on acid. Now, I wouldn't really know anything about acid, but so I told him I don't know, and he was like, bullshit. So yeah, I've never done drugs. I wouldn't really know anything about drugs at all. Thank you, I'm gonna go away now. I'm super excited because I think a few of those weren't pity laughs, so.
You definitely got some genuine laughter out of that performance. Nice job. Can you explain your influences, please?
My influence, who's that guy? John Mulaney. Yeah. I don't know who he is, but I was influenced by him. And Monty Python. Because I don't know, they're absurd and funny. Am I supposed to give an actual one, not John Mulaney? I don't know who that person is.
Who is in your proposal? You wrote about Monty Python and one other?
Okay, well, one of them is Monty Python. Who's another comedian? Bill Burr, that guy.
There you go.
He's funny. Yeah, Bill Burr. I picked him. I'm like Pokemon. I choose you, Bill Burr. Okay, great.
All right, audience, questions, comments?
Yes.
I liked your use of the prop and like how that could like it was really good.
Thank you.
In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, that's the movie I think, there are multiple actors in that. So if you said Monty Python, it didn't have to mean just one person. It could have just
I
been
meant the
any
comic
actor.
group.
Okay, but I like
Python, yeah.
I like the improv and I like the use of the drink. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried really hard on it. I couldn't think of it yesterday.
Well, and you set up a rule in the beginning, right? We learned that from Keegan Key.
Yeah, I remember you were at the when I told you about this. You were like, "Are you sure that's gonna work?" It did work.
It did work. You took a risk and it paid off. Well done.
It wasn't a risk. I knew it would work.
See, he's a natural up there. He's improving away.
Yes.
Is this your
Yes.
Well, what about every day in class?
What, you mean, are you trying to tell me my playing is a joke? Because it is. That's not a wrong statement. It's more of a fact than a joke. Sometimes I don't show up because I don't want to embarrass him.
Would you like to just have some more banter with the audience for another couple minutes?
Sure.
You seem to be enjoying it.
I'm up here until someone tells me to go away. I'm like a rat.
All right, give it up for Christian.